Hi, this is Darren Curtis, and I'm here to present Project 2. So I did a lot of animes, I don't know how to say it properly. Anyways, moving on. So there's a trigger box here, and it starts the matinee, and it follows all the way down into here, and then the ceiling breaks down through here, and the player can get here, and then the door is a door here, and it will break, and you hear the sound, ceiling fall, and the door break, and the lighting cue, flickering light, another, that's right, oh, sound. Then here's another trigger, so what you do, you take all the three pieces that are scattered around here, put them together, the matinee, put all three together. I would reread my notes. So, the game starts with a scary ambient fading end, and there's a large atmosphere trigger. And then spirit trigger makes the sound fade in and out as the player gets closer and farther from the center. The player gets a tutorial text when leave the smallest sphere saying collect the puzzle pieces, this one. And the player has to figure out the rest of themselves, like where the puzzle pieces are at. If you walk near the stairs, second camera displays a matinee. It goes up the stairs and basically goes up the stairs and around and down to these stairs. And then matinee turns on the physics, so the ceiling collapses and the light breaks. It's supposed to be smoke blowing from the rubble, and the door disappears. The door disappears. I believe this is working, but it's so dark. I don't know if you can tell. Anyways, moving on. It's late for me. Anyways, the player then has to push all the puzzle pieces on the target, which is here. And which is on a red light. Then all the puzzle pieces are on the target and turns blue. This whole thing here will turn blue and here. The note card displays the matinee that there are the puzzle pieces on the cue mesh comes together, and that's basically the end of the game. So I remember my notes on the blueprints and the matinee are set up in the following. I held the ceiling differently, but it didn't work. Cameraman is set up only to enable physics on one ceiling panel. Then it has a separate flickering light. Blueprint then sets up the trigger. The rest of the ceiling panels to fall one place. Panels fall once the player walks in the room, steps on the trigger. So the ceiling basically falls on the player, but the matinee sees to trigger the blueprint to run even though I tried. Yeah, remember that. The setup only recognized the player stepping on the trigger. You can not only find a way to fix it, so I just ran with it. You also can't see the smoke, which I already mentioned, and I think the ceilings panels are covering up. Yeah, I didn't really texture a lot of this because I like how it looks. But I'll get you like a creepy atmosphere, in my opinion. Anyways, so basically, there's supposed to be this trigger here. When the player steps on this trigger, the ceiling is supposed to fall. And but instead, when you step on here, you play the matinee, and then the matinee, does its thing by going up the stairs, over this little ramp, over here, up to this ramp, down the stairs, and then acts like a player. It goes about halfway, anyways. Acts like a player, and plays the, the part where it falls, make the ceiling fall. So as you will hopefully see that. Hold on, I only want to make one adjustment. I don't know if that. Clicked it wrong again. Wait, it's this one? Yeah. All right. Right now you can see what's going on. It's not so dark. There you go. Okay, let's try that again. Where's the matinee? And then just plays what the player is supposed to be there while it falls, and that doesn't happen. So when we go down here, then the ceiling is supposed to fall. But anyways, need to figuring how to. It'd be great to learn how to grab things. But yeah. Anyways. So yeah, there's the one thing here is that once you do something silly like that, it's a little difficult trying to get it out the corner. But yeah, got it out. How you get it out? There you go. Yeah, basically it. So, pick an event, event actor, overlap the fade out and fade in. Same sound play with the variables. Same with print text, which is over here, right here, no, right there, here, it's right here. And the sound audio is right here. Let me nudge it. Right. Yeah. No, there it is. There you go. There it is. So it fades in and fades out on the audio. And then this one does the text. All right. Two. I like two, but whatever. Yeah. Anyways, there's one here, the victory one. And there's another one. Yeah, there it is. There's the first one. This is the one we're looking at right here. And so use an event actor and we connect it to do it once. Play the matinee, and then matinee, and we added a matinee's variable. Words right there. That's so tired I am. Anyways, now we're getting the matinee stuff. Hold on. I'm already here doing blueprints. Hold on. So on the begin overlap, play mission once for 2. Just no, not there. It's the other one over here. Yeah, let me minimize this for a moment. Right, there you go. Oh, that's my flicker light. Where's my 2? Where put these things? Put it in here. I know I hit it in this building. I hit it. I don't know why I hit it, but I did. It happened. Oh, camera. Oh, I hit it in the stairs. That's why I couldn't find it. I don't remember now. Anyways, moving on. Where did I? Anyways. So it's the same thing I did the last one. Here's one of the ceilings. So instead of doing the normal overlap, Now there's the event tick, and then I just take the mesh, and you click it on the mesh, script it on the mesh, because it's like you double click the mesh and make it add it to the blueprint of it, and then this is the static mesh component, so it's its target, and then we're gonna do physics again. So once it falls, it turns into physics, so it can actually hit the player or anything else like the floor. Oh, yeah. And to actually fall, program to actually fall, then we use the overlap to the world when we make sure it's a world context as an object, and that it only happens once. And what we're talking about as an array would be ceiling panels. You heard the sound when it falls, and the sound on the play. And then it's a component target, which is here. Hear the boom going down. Once it crashes, once it plays, it stops. The mana table stop first. It plays, the mana stops. Then the sound will stop. Then we tell the door to destroy itself. So the door here will destroy itself, and the flickering light here will turn off. Try to destroy itself, and it just glitched. So this just will turn it off, and that worked. Alright, so moving on. Oh yeah, and then I made the difference from this one and this one is that this one is telling to check on the physics again, because if it is physics, like it's for each frame, it tells it to be a physic. So when it falls, it's you can interact with other physics. This one is to make sure if it is true, then remaining to be physic for all the ceiling panels. Huh. And here's the flickering light, which is like we just saw it, like right there. So we use the event tick like I did last time. I believe here, no, there, and so I did it again, but this time it was for puzzles. Well, it's like right in front of my face, and yet so tired I am. Anyways, moving on. So I set all the puzzle targets to be a array. So that way, its array elements will target success on its condition if But otherwise, if it's false, that's what I am. I'm just sitting here looking dumb. Come back to it. Anyways, so array set loop body, go to condition success, and then if it's not looping the array element, then it's false. So it's just state that it's, I believe that state. When completed though, so when it is in condition of arrays of success, then it goes to complete it to its condition of over access, and then it'll set its light color, which impacts this one specifically, light blue. And it will target the point light component, which is here. Oh, my mouse was running weird. Anyways, so it's this one, and it changes color. But before it changes color, it stays as red, as it is now. Or I can make it that color, but oh no. I have to change the color by this way. But no. No. There we go. So then it connects to its delay and complete the play target, and then to the victory marking, which I showed you that it comes all together when all these pieces together. So and it knows when these target the it's actually puzzle targets, and they enter this trigger box. It would check if the condition is complete, but all three pieces are connected, and which is when it's complete, we checked it, then it's back into the condition of our success, and our success will go to its target of point light component, which is here, and at the moment it will be red, and if they're all together and complete, because this means it's false, it's not complete. When it is true and it's all complete, it will turn to the light blue colored into the being delayed about 0.2 seconds, and it would show the target as the victory manually. I'm sorry, I am that's so tired. I'm like I can't explain it. I could really do it, but that's how exhausted I am. So moving on. I'm gonna close some of these so I can show you the rest of them. This is some of them, but again, I wasn't paying attention. So start here. Okay, so the last one I showed you about how it all works and everything. Well, before that all even happens, we gotta make sure that the event actor overlap happens first when each puzzle piece overlaps this into the branch, and if it's true, then it's success. But I didn't check it, because I did check it last time, but I remember now. I did this this was first and second condition. So basically, it checks the overlap as it is now for any puzzle pieces, and if the condition is true that there's no pieces over the trigger, then it stays a success default and does nothing. It sits there until waiting till the pieces of overlapping the event of its condition would be true, and then it equals success, and then the victory manually pops up. Here. So it's been the fact that all the pieces are in the box, trigger box, to success, then as completed, it would go as true and target the point light into blue, and then drains it at 0.2 seconds into the victory magazine. The text, right? It's an event overlap, and then it shows the text, which is here. No, here. Total text. Total text. So yeah, there's that for you. No, I got something. Let me show you something else, and I don't know where I put it. I'm tired I am. Nope, nope. I don't know why you even put that. No, that's just sounds for a reason. Nope. I don't know what I was gonna do now. Sorry, wasting your time. So there's that for you. Anyways, never mind. Yeah. Well, that was fun. No, I mean open that way. No, you can't even use this one. Um, I don't know how to open this. Just fire me. There it is. Rip. Okay. It's off that I know. But anyways, so just flickering light. Every one did. On the feeling. New group. And there's that. Alright, I'm tired. Alright, call it. Yeah, it's gonna follow the instructions that you did with video. Or video. Which helped a lot. I think I would have pretty lost without it. Alright, thanks. Peace.